Have you ever thought about living somewhere with no faucet water, no plumbing, no pavement on the roads correctly, no quick modern transportation? Well, that's exactly what Zimbabwe is and what they're going through. They're slacking in economic and culture aspects in their country. First, I'm going to go over a little bit about the country. Second, I'm going to talk to you about the culture and a little bit about healthcare going on in Zimbabwe. And lastly, I'm going to talk to you about the communication in Zimbabwe and how people interact with one another. Zimbabwe was formerly known as Rhodesia, and it's a republic. It's located in South Central Africa. In 2005, the estimated population was 12,747,000 and also 390,580 square miles. The capital there is Harare, which is the largest city. The currencies that are used in Zimbabwe are currencies. 98% of the individuals in Zimbabwe are African, and English is the main language spoken. The culture there, the music they listen to is U.S. R&B and hip-hop. Here recently, gospel has really become popular in Zimbabwe. It has become prominent. Christian and Islamic is their religion. And how they interact there, their culture is they sit in circles when they eat. Like, we sit at a table when we eat, but they sit in a circle because they say that makes them unified and unity. They sit in a circle and eat out of one bowl or one dish, and that's all they eat out of, one bowl or one dish. The economy is basically agriculture. Corn is the main food source, and tobacco and cotton is the cash crop in Zimbabwe. The government is bicameral parliament. I'm going to go into a little bit about the healthcare in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe healthcare is bad right now. Like, the United States healthcare is bad, but Zimbabwe's is way worse. It really hits hard in the rural areas. The rural areas rarely have nurses, let alone doctors. So they have nothing. There's a shortage on medicine, so diseases are high in the rural areas. So a lot of people are dying because there's a shortage of medicine in the rural areas, which is causing a high death rate for Zimbabwe, which is kind of bad because there's nothing they can really do about it if they don't have it. They have a shortage. The communication in Zimbabwe, how people interact with one another, is kind of like the United States. It just depends on the ethnic group. Some ethnic groups shake hands, the elders greet the youngers, and other times the younger greets the elder. And then they really use gestures like facial expressions, smiles, in their greetings, which are very important to them. Zimbabwe, after researching it, it just made me feel like, don't regret what the United States is doing for us. Like, right now, I feel like our healthcare is doing really bad, but compared to Zimbabwe in the rural areas, they have nothing. And diseases, I can go on and on about diseases. HIV is really big in Zimbabwe, and they can't really do anything about it because they don't have medicine. But we have Obamacare, like, we're trying to get everybody, health care, but there they can't do that. So it just really made me realize, like, I can't deal with that. But first, I went over a little bit about the country, the facts about the country. Then I went over the culture in the country and a little bit about the health care. And then lastly, I went over the communication and how they do in Zimbabwe, how they interact with one another. I really feel like this made me gain some information and learn about another country, because I didn't know it was that harsh. I knew it was harsh in Africa, but Zimbabwe, I thought that was a more well-off country, but I was wrong. So I really learned a lot, and that's about it on my speech. Thank you.